Bart?
I'm just saying, let's understand who Jerry is, and he's trying to lift his quarterback up. And listen, I'm not here to talk about Dak Prescott because after my comments last week, I'm not a Dak Prescott hater. I just know what I'm looking at because I've been around great quarterbacks, and intangibles are fine. But he lacks the elite arm strength, and he lacks, to me, I feel like the accuracy that he needs to be a tremendous quarterback. Now, can he grow into a better quarterback? Yes. But come on, Tom Brady, you're going to compare him to the best quarterback in the game? I mean, he hasn't even got to Russell Wilson level. He hasn't even got to Alex Smith level yet. Now, will he get there? Maybe. But Jerry's trying to give him all his flowers so he can say, hey, man, listen, you live here in Dallas. There's no state taxes. Give us a little, take a little cheese off the taco so we can go out and pay everybody else. If Dak's going to fall for it, maybe. This is Dak's best opportunity to get longevity. And it is something to be said if he takes less money, if he plans on being there for the next 13 years. But if he decides to take $30 million, I don't know if he can live up to that contract.
Let's talk about a quarterback I think that his skill set might be comparable to. What about Mark Sanchez? Damn. You know about Mark Sanchez.
Yeah.
All right? Won some games with a great
it's all good
defense.
What he said. But when I said, I'm crazy. I'm crazy when I said, man, oh, man. This your show, though, bro.
I mean, but if he had said that, and there's a chance he could be Tom Brady-ish, where he can win with the team around him. Or he could have the career of Mark Sanchez if he's not careful.
Yeah.
So Jerry is one of the best salesmen that there ever is. And Dak should realize that this guy, as long as he's alive, if I sign this contract extension, he's going to be out there saying things like that throughout my career. But to me, he reminds me of what Sanchez did. Sanchez was a good athlete, even though being a first-round pick, you could win games. He could throw the ball well enough. And then after about 3 or 4 years, people understood he wasn't going to run with the football. Yep. They start getting a book on him. They start playing cover.
Couldn't throw left.
Yep. They start playing cover 2, forced him to his weakness. And next thing you know, he's a backup. Next thing you know, he's out the league. So, Dak, be careful. I tell young players, don't listen to people when they're stroking you, man. Don't listen to them when they're trying to rub you back and be like, oh, man, he's this, he's this. These are the things you need to develop into. I believe he is a good leader. I do believe you can win a lot of football games. But I believe that Dak has to be able to run the ball and stay a dual threat for him to be effective. I don't believe that he can survive at this point in his career, dropping straight back 40 times and going to deliver the ball from the pocket.
All right, so 2 things. One is, and in Dak's defense, Sanchez never had the season like he had in 2016. Sanchez never had, no, he did not. Sanchez never had a year individually statistically. I know he made it to 2 conference championship games, won 4 road playoff games. I understand all of that. But as far as regular season, week in, week out success, he never showed that level. But now let's talk about Brady for a second. Because I understand Brady, when he first came into the league, was not the thrower of the football that he is now. Nobody would say he is. But Brady, by year 2 in New England, and this will be year 4 for Dallas, he was a more advanced quarterback from the pocket than Dak is right now. Now, the intangible part is excellent. And at that position, it's more important than any other position. The availability, the leadership, the fact that your teammates believe in you, and in big spots late in games, I don't think Dak gets flustered. And I think that helps him. I don't think he's a guy that gets worse at the end of games, especially if his team's behind. You might even be able to argue he gets better. But what Dak does not have is obviously, Brady had special talent that just wasn't fully unlocked until he'd spent a few years in the NFL. And he doesn't have Bill Belichick. He's got Jason Garrett, who's on the last year of his deal, where Brady, early in his career, was able to get all that experience winning where he just had to be a piece of it. The Cowboys are trying to put that team around Dak Prescott, albeit without the elite-level coaching, but where, hey, we'll have a good defense. We've got this great running game. We've given you this great offensive line. But this is where Jerry does Dak a disservice. You mentioned Sanchez. You mentioned Bridgewater. He mentions Brady. What about, can Dak Prescott in year 4 be as good as Russell Wilson was in year 2? What about that?
Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Watson.
He's not
better than Deshaun Watson.
And no, he's not. And he's not the athlete Deshaun Watson is. But if Jerry had said, hey, That team in Seattle that won the Super Bowl, by the way, had an excellent running back in Marshawn Lynch, had the better offensive line they do now, a very good defense, and in big spots, they asked Russell to make a few throws a game. Now, Russell obviously had ability even higher than what he showed, but at least that's plausible. But remember last year, he's part Jared Goff, part Cam Newton. Now he's part Tom Brady. None of this is fair to Dak Prescott, and it's not realistic.
One thing, too, I don't think we're being fair to Tom Brady. If Jared Goff continues to develop under the coach, that coach can take credit. But we need to stop giving Belichick credit for Tom Brady developing his arm. Yeah. Bill Belichick has not given Tom one drill to do to improve. Hey, Tom, how you get your hips in it? Tom, I need you to work on your core. Now, Tom has benefited from preparing against Belichick in his multiple defenses and the style for which they're going to practice. But Tom's development, you got to give Tom credit for that. We got to stop doing as if Belichick developed him as a quarterback. Tom could always throw the ball. Tom was not a great athlete, has helped with his athleticism, but Tom could always throw the ball. He's always had a good arm. He's developed, well, now he's got a great arm, but somehow Belichick's just going to get all the credit for Tom's career.
I mean, Tom is a self-made man. He's always coming with it. And I understand when you can compare him with the chips on the shoulders and you see Brady still putting up his draft card and all that stuff. But, you know, he's a special type of player. He's a special type of person. And for him to be able to still play at this high level, you have to give him the credit for what he's done in the offseason to plug in all the holes in his game, being able to be more of a leader. He's so accurate, you know, not athletics, but still having a pocket presence, being able to step up, step out, and be able to elude pressure.
Mobile in the pocket.
Right. And when I think about him and I think about Peyton Manning, it's about their ability to recognize and remember and pull up that data of what you've done and being able to see your tendencies leaning on your feet. Those are the things that make them great. It's the little things, being able to catch you when you have 12 men on the field, being able to change the pace like a great pitcher. They throw it up, they throw it down, they throw it away, they throw you inside. He's going to keep you off pace. He's going to go cycle time. He's going to go no huddle. He's going to keep you off balance. He's going to smoke you out. Those are the things that make him great. You know, that's what greatness is, doing the little things, making them look routine.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.